Wagwan, what's going on? It's your boy Big Truck. I know that was a long intro, getting things ready for this conversation. Locker room conversation. As a bonus video, I will be using my brother's video. Gonna talk about it. Y'all are so awesome. Y'all are so amazing. And wouldn't want to have it any other way. Wouldn't want to have it any other way. It's one of them things where as the channel begins to grow, men begin to grow. Men are growing in so many ways. Men are having conversations. Conversations are setting the tone for everything else. But that's why we have content creators such as myself and others that believe on putting the truth out there in the universe, not misleading individuals, but sharing our testimonies. When you share your testimony, especially that others can relate to, you can't go wrong. Because you don't never know what the next person could be going through or what the next person is faced with. Life is going to hand us stuff. Life is going to hand us all kind of shit. How much can you handle? How much can you take? You know, we all have a journey, and it's up to you to follow through. Stay on course. Shout out to Manhood. We're going to watch a clip from Manhood and we're going to talk about it. As a bonus clip, we're going to react to my brother, I Am. He has some things to say. They all have some things to say. I have some things to say. And then the spirit of the universe is going to take us home. So with that being said, grab your shoulder pads and your helmet. And let's get this work. Let's go.
Women lose sexual leverage. Guess what? They have no power because that's their only fucking power. That's the only thing that they use to manipulate men. And when you take that away from them, they're powerless against you. That's why society does everything in its power, guys, to not let you know your worth. They do everything in their power to put women on pedestals. They do everything in their power to make men come off as second-class citizens. And she's entitled to your time and attention. And you need to be a gentleman, all that shit. Fuck that. We live in 2021. Chivalry is dead and women...
It's time to take back our power. The only power they have is going away. They can't believe it. They are trying so hard, but we now know our worth. We are boycotting everything that has to do with them.
I'm 46 years old, and while I'm getting ready for surgery and everything, it dawned on me that I'm 46 years old and I don't have a husband to take care of me. Being single and 46 sucks. It just sucks.
But that's the downfall. That's that downfall that we all talk about. You know, everybody wanna chase the bag. Everybody want to sit up there. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. But when your life is on the line, you gonna think twice about that. You gonna retract everything that you said. Like men wasn't paying attention. Oh, men paid attention, all right. Let's continue.
And I make jokes about buffoons that I have been encountering in dating, but in reality, this is my reality.
All these women out here who adapt this feminist ideology and think that men ain't shit and that they're strong and independent, that they can pay their own bills and carry their own weight and have their own careers, they will all face this exact same reality right over here, man. Oh man, don't nobody want to be alone when you got health issues. Believe me when I tell you, man, your friends, they ain't really gonna...
Not just having health issues, but when the holidays come around, when things need fixing around the house. Yes, women are buying homes, but what they're not telling you is those same women are losing their homes. But what they're also not telling you, if something breaks, something needs repair, you got to come out of pocket to repair that. That's what they're not telling you. Impending on who you go with as your realtor, that realtor can stiff you for a quick one. Let's get it.
Gonna be around there, you know, but a man is gonna be there for you 24/7, looking out for you and taking care of you, man.
Time is running out quickly, and they are getting old, ugly, and entering the leftover class. They are effectively useless to us. Add all that to us walking away from them. Hello, and welcome back. Today we will be talking about what happens when we men finally choose peace and quiet, and why that decision leaves many women realizing just how powerless they truly are. Stay to the end to see exactly how they are struggling to live with that.
No woman in my life ever lost sleep about putting me in a nicer, safer home, a nicer neighborhood. No woman ever thought about taking me away on a nice sunny vacation to recharge or relax. No woman thought about making more money so I don't have to call someone else boss. No woman ever took out $1 million life insurance policy on herself so I wouldn't struggle if she dies. Women, not all, but most, have no clue or give a shit about the sacrifices men make and what comes natural to us to create.
That is so true. They don't. And that's the sad part. Large number of women think about themselves. Who are those large number of women? Modern women. Because women that stand on tradition, women that stand on principle, women that stand for something. They move differently. These are the things that they are concerned with. And they tell you they are concerned with them. They let you know you matter. What does a modern woman do? Nothing. The total opposite. And modern women are letting it be known this is who they are, this is how they move, and men have to accept it. Well, fuck that. Men ain't got to accept shit. Men are moving in a totally different direction. Men of other races coming together, huddling up, sharing stories, sharing meals, embracing, knowing each other's worth. It doesn't matter about the color of your skin. We all bleed the same blood. We all hurt. We all cry. But we all heal and we all rise. And men are standing on business and sitting on chrome. And modern women don't like it.
Create a nice life for them. Going back to the beginning, men are friggin' amazing. We are builders. And cheers to all my fellow builders.
We are amazing. We sacrificed so much for years to be good to them. But what did we get? More demands, more criticism, more of the goalpost moving away just when we thought we had finally arrived.
Men don't prefer older women, and I think they don't prefer...
And shout out to all my kings out there. Whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Caribbean, Islander, shout out to all my kings out there. East Indian, West Indian, it does not matter where you are at. If you're on the other side of the globe, shout out to you. Men, let's continue to rise. Let's continue to heal and grow.
Career women. And a lot of times these women end up single, childless, and alone because feminism told them that that was going to get them the results that they wanted, and it doesn't.
There's a reason, women can carry children and men can't. So that instantly allows man to have different goals in terms of the workforce than women.
Oh, I think feminism lies to women. So I think they tell you to chase the bag, follow your career, and someone is still going to want you at the end of it.
People keep trying to outthink biology. It doesn't work that way.
But here's the thing. Women started following something, especially black women, started following feminism that they had no business following in the first damn place. It wasn't meant for y'all. And now you're seeing the downfall. Of course, that opened the floodgate for other race of women to start following feminism. But they lied to you. They sold you something and you took it. You took the bait. And now you have to live with the repercussions of the bait that you took. You had a choice. You was never forced. Was it presented in front of you? Of course so. But you had a choice. Now you have to live with the ramifications of what you chose.
Me, feminism just seemed like an affluent white woman problem. I was like, what are the complaints? What really don't we have in the West? I served in the United States Army. They let me do that, so I just don't see it.
Increasingly, you see women that go for it in terms of their career, and then it's too late. And then they realize, wow, this job is not making me happy, but my gosh, can I just tell you as a new mom what you feel like when your son smiles at you?
They know we don't like old women. They know they can't compete with biology, but they keep doing it. That is why one day 2E just stopped, not because of anything against them, but because of everything against us.
Women are desperate.
Do you think?
Hell yeah. Women are desperate, especially when you after the age of 30. It's like, yes.
Desperate. That's an interesting
Listen, I know women, that are putting up with bullshit, all in the name of to say I have a man.
They can't believe we are leaving them alone. They are so desperate to see us help them again that some are now begging us not to leave.
Where the niggas at who paying bills? Cause I'm not doing this shit no more. Like I'm done. I'm so fucking done. Now I see why these women out here like living good. What a nigga paying their bills? Like, where are they?
See, your first mistake is calling a man a nigga. That was your first mistake. Your second mistake, me. You want a man to do for you. You want a man to save you. You've been paying your bills and doing fine before I came. And you're going to continue to do that. A large modern women incriminate themselves and they shoot themselves in the foot when they begin to speak and the things that come out of their damn mouth. It never fails. You sit back and you listen. As a man of good value, why would I deal with a woman like this? Why would I choose her when I have options? I'm going to let that marinate.
Because I'm not doing this no more. Like, the car insurance going up. I'm paying rent. I got to buy food. I got to take care of everything. I'm not doing this anymore. Now I see why people stay in relationships and they're miserable. At least.
Not everybody. That's why folks stay in relationships and it works for them and their asses is happy. See, that's the other conversation that they don't tell you. There's people that are in healthy relationships and they're thriving. They're helping each other thrive. 2 incomes is better than 1. That's why they're thriving. A man brings his finances, his feelings, his emotions, his peace to the table. She does too. It works for the both of them. That woman is his peace. She goes out and she works. She brings money home. He goes out, he works, he brings money home. It's a win-win for both. They do for each other. They provide for each other. I'm telling you, this is the conversation that most don't want to have. But when you sit up here and you listen to these modern women shoot off at the mouth, you can tell why they single. Why would a man of good value deal with a woman like this? When a man of good value can deal with the woman, it's a team player. This chick here is not a team player. And of course, there's other women out there that think like this. And this is why their ass is going to remain single and lonely. And use their finger, their dildo, or their rose.
At least the bills paid. I'm not doing this no more.
Or deal with Pookie and Ray Ray.
Money who pay all the bills. Where they at?
Winter has arrived for so many women, and this is why you see an uptick in dating content and women talking about how the dating pool has piss in it because they're in an economic bind. The economy is getting worse for so many women, and the bills still keep coming in, and they're just like, man, I need a man. I need some help. But you notice they're not saying I need a man for anything that a man would want, like in a woman, or in other words, for anything that a man would provide that he would enjoy. They are desperate for men because they need economic help. But what's so funny is that what makes women think like this? What makes them think that all a man is doing is waiting to be the helper, waiting to be Captain Saba? You know what I mean? Captain Saba.
Fuck that. Men ain't gonna be no damn Captain Save-A hoe. Period. Everything that comes out of their mouth, I want a man to do for me. I want a man to come save me. I'm tired of paying bills. I'm tired of being a strong woman. Please come lift this burden off of me. Men are saying, hell no. Why don't your sorry ass ask the damn bear? Oh, my bad. The same bear that y'all said y'all chose, even that bear don't want to deal with you. You'll be just fine. Get off your lazy ass. You're going to continue to go to work. You're going to continue to pay your bills. You're going to continue to take care of your children. You're going to be fine until you get your head out your ass. Until you change your mindset. This is where it's going to be. Men are thriving. Men have picked up their shoulder pads and their helmet and they walked away. Men ain't spending money on a woman that is not their wives. They're spending money on themselves. Men are more cautious about who they deal with now. Even down to who you sleep with. Even down to who you let in your house. You can't let every woman in your house. Your house is your place of peace. Keep it that way, man.
Save a 304 or Captain Save a Woman. It doesn't have to be a 304. Why do you think men are just waiting around to come save a woman? And how are you going to get in relationship with a man? That's going to determine if a man is going to be helping you or not, isn't it? So it seems to me that instead of women coming on here panhandling and complaining, why don't you make yourself a more desirable woman so that a man picks you and then he will help you?
Now they are looking for us. They are realizing it's so hard for them to even pay their basic bills.
Beware the tarantula woman. She doesn't want a man. She wants a host. Let me explain. Women who keep a man around aren't always keeping them for love. Some of them, the tarantula woman, keep men as hosts, not partners, hosts. They need constant validation to fill an emotional void that they refuse to face. So they attach themselves to men who will worship them, adore them, and feed their ego on demand. These men think that they're chosen, but in reality, they're being fed on. There are many ways to use a person, sex, money, status, but using someone as a validation machine is the most sinister because the victim believes that it's mutual. He believes that it's real when it's not. He thinks she likes him back, but she's not showing any affection. She's
True that. But when you have men now that are paying attention to the internet, you have men now that are listening to individuals such as myself that put the truth out there in proper perspective. I hand men the gold pill. Take the gold pill. Tap into the parts unknown. Tap into areas of your life that you've never tapped into before. Know who you are and whose you are. Embrace it. Walk in it. Your options have options. As you begin to grow, as you begin to learn, as you begin to observe and report, you will find yourself in a much better, peaceful place. Keeping your peace of mind is everything. And this is what we're seeing men do. Men take the red pill, and it's just amazing to see men huddling up, having conversations at the table, at the water cooler, on the sideline, in the end zone, in the locker room. It's amazing.
extracting it from him. He gives everything, she gives nothing. And it's transactional and he can't see it. He accepts the breadcrumbs, the flattery, the lies, because tarantula women spin webs out of attention, pity, and confusion. Women like this breadcrumb because they're too cowardly to speak the truth, too afraid to say, I don't want you, too terrified to stand alone without a man orbiting them. Lying is the glue that...
But also men have taken that and used that to their advantage. When a woman thinks she's getting over on him, he's actually getting over on her. So she's actually getting a dose of her own medicine, but it's not going to hit her until afterwards. He's just having her think that, yeah, I got this simp. I got this dumbass. I'm doing this to him. I'm doing that to him. But he already got a backup plan. He's getting much ass as he can from you. He's getting all that he can from you. And when you least expect it, he's out like a thief in the night. And then you're going to be standing there looking stupid. And then you're going to make TikTok videos about how the man done you wrong and what he did to you, but not looking at the fact that you did him dirty and you did him greasy first. He just caught on to what you were doing and kept it quiet.
That holds their identity together. Deception is the only thing keeping their persona from collapsing. When you live in manipulation mode long enough, everything you do gives insecure, empty, and weak. Tarantula women need a man, not because they love him, but because he confirms that they are still desirable. He reminds them that they're still that girl. But the moment he stops feeding her insecurity, she panics and moves on to the next host. People who use others always end up in shallow, manipulative relationships. They'd rather play games than be vulnerable. They'd rather drain somebody than face themselves. And some men...
But she got a point, though. I got to give it to her. You know, and the women that move, the types of women that moves like this is modern women. Like men are not paying attention. Like men are not watching over the internet. Not like men are not listening. Boy, cry me a river.
Men, because of their own wounds, allow themselves to be eaten alive. Two manipulators together does not create passion, ever. It's cold. It's a quiet war. They don't love each other. They use it against each other. And everything is a calculation of what they can take. With manipulators, lying is how they breathe. Ask them a direct question and they can't answer it. They will twist it. Reveal the truth and they'll crumble because the truth destroys the image that they have been performing for years. Women like that, they cannot love. They can only audition. They can only manipulate. They can only drain. And watching that is sad.
It's not only sad, it's unacceptable. It has been happening for years. Now we are walking away from all that. We will not be host to any of them.
Hey, y'all women, speak for yourselves when y'all say y'all don't need. Because, baby, I need a man. I don't want to be independent. I don't want to do everything on my own.
It has fallen apart too late for her. She needs a man, but there is no man who needs her. She's now old, shameless, and officially in the leftovers category.
If I can get your number by any chance. No. What about you?
You want my number?
Yeah.
I like these little videos. Because, like, the interviewer, which is the woman, tries to get the man hooked or gains the man's interest somehow, some way, and he rejects her. The shit's funny to me. And, like, the women that be hosting these little video shit, it's funny to me because they really, really get butthurt. They really do. They be shocked when men reject them. Like, but let that be a lesson. All you women out there that think y'all worth the juice to squeeze, you're fucking not. Some of you beg. Some of you are poor. Some of you are broken, and it fucking shows. And you think because you got a nice body, a man is going to yield and praise you and put you on his pedestal. Men ain't doing that shit no more. Period. You got to leave this earth one day. And it's going to suck to know that you're going to leave this earth alone.
I'm the second option.
Hello?
They are shamelessly walking around hunting us down with very poor pickup lines. We don't care. We don't want them near us. We are boycotting everything about them.
Reminded that when a boy gets heartbroken, he finds another girl. But when a man gets heartbroken, he finds himself, Bobby. When a relationship is over, is called a battleship. Papi, a battleship means seeking revenge or just simply trying to make each other jealous, Bobby.
My man is speaking facts. Find himself. When a man finds himself and he does the work on himself, he will be seen by many. His options will have options. He know his worth. And that's the thing right there. Modern women hate, dislike when a man knows himself. Why? They can't manipulate him. They can't use him. He's going to look right past them. But a woman of good value is going to see the worth in him and snatch him up. And that also is what we're seeing. Women of good value snatching up good men. Listen, I've seen women ask men out on a date and said, fuck it, I want to take you out on a date. I'm paying. What's up? Men agree. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I'm here on the West Coast.
But the best way to seek revenge or win the battleship is by you getting better, man. When that person finds out that you are doing way better without them, man, that shit hurt, bro. That shit hurt like a bitch, man. Fuck Fidel. Follow me for daily motivation, papi.
They broke our hearts. This is not a war on women. It is something far more significant than that. It is the awakening of a generation of men. We have finally decided to put ourselves first.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
Hell yeah. That's what the fuck we're saying. Modern women do not bring peace into a man's life. But a woman of good value, she brings peace to a man's life. You will know an individual by the fruit they carry.
I have to disagree. I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, sex, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So
bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. I'm choosing peace. Because I know who I am. And because I know who I am and I know my self-worth and I know I have options, I'm choosing my peace. I know how to cook. I can cook my own meals. If I want to go out there and get me a woman to cook for me and give me love and so forth, I'm going to use wisdom. Because the next woman that I choose, she going to bring peace. She going to be about that. She going to be about that life. She going to ride with me. She going to stand by me. She not going to get caught up in the whole social media, modern feminism bullshit. She going to move like I move, quietly and strategically. We going to stand together. We going to rule together. So don't get it twisted, all right?
I'm going to call your bluff because I don't think that's true. This, by the way, is not police lights. This is some kind of flashing light in a parking lot. I'm not quite sure what it is, but...
No, you're right the first time. So you mean to tell me an officer pulled you over and before he gets out the car, you making a quick TikTok video before he writes you a ticket because you look like you had a little bit too much to drink and you were kind of swerving. I bet.
Anyway, again, calling your bluff, okay?
She thinks we still see them as an option. Choosing peace means we have decided that we will no longer sacrifice ourselves for the sake of keeping old, useless women comfortable.
A lot of men aren't leaving because they cannot handle a good woman. They are leaving because they are tired of paying for damage they did not cause. So you think you're Mr. Right? You check all the boxes. You're calm, you're consistent, you provide, and you are still getting attitude, you're still getting distance, you're still getting tested, you're still getting manipulated, you're still getting disrespected. Now you're confused because you don't get it. You don't see what it is you're doing wrong. And to be honest, it's nothing. You are simply dealing with somebody who's in defense and reactive mode. A lot of women don't hate men. They just don't know how to act when they are not being hurt.
Okay. I'm listening. It sounds good. Carry on.
So they self-sabotage. They create problems where there are none. They question intentions that
You just basically explained my ex-wife. And that's why I got divorced after only being married 14 months. Ain't that a bitch?
Clear, and they pull away when things start to feel steady. Because these women are used to chaos, and peace feels unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe. And a lot of men, they're going to deal with that for a while, but at some point they're going to check out. Because no man wants to keep proving himself to somebody who is committed to misunderstanding him.
A large number of men have already checked out. They've been checked out. They packed up their shoulder pads and their helmet and they walked. And you have modern women making TikTok videos. Bring back the men that used to do this. Bring back the men that used to do that. But you know what? I beg to differ. Bring back the women that brought peace. Bring back the women that were team players. Bring back the women that knew how to love, that wants to love. Bring back the women that said, I need you here with me. And they had no problems putting her arms around a man and telling him, baby, we're going to be all right. Yeah, bring those women back. Bring back the women that man lost his job. She still held it down. She helped him find another job. She didn't tear him down. She built him up. Bring back those women, since you women want that certain type of man to come back. Well, guess what? It's a two-way street. That man wants that certain type of woman to come back. Let's feast.
We will no longer chase connections, relationships, or situations with modern leftover women. They cost us more than they give us. No effort without reward.
It says a lot when a man is at peace and that said woman is no longer a part of his life. When a man reaches a point where he is calm and unbothered and distant from that woman, because that kind of peace does not happen overnight. Believe me, that's a man that went through frustrations, conversations, and effort. And then something in him shifted, and this is what women miss. When a man gets to that place, it is no longer anger, it's detachment. So now the things that used to matter to him does not hit the same. The arguing, the emotions, the tears, even the effort, it does not move him like it used to. Because mentally, he has already created distance. And once a man finds peace without you, he never will feel the need to go back to what disrupted it. And this is what women got to understand. When a man feels better without you, it is over. He will never come back, no matter what you do. If you are a man that's currently in this state, bravo, my brother. I am so happy that you chose you.
A lot of us are now in that state. We are completely detached from them, but they can't believe it. They can't handle our silence and disinterest. They can't understand we are succeeding without them.
Men are no longer desperate for women.
They're focusing on their peace, their purpose, their money. And some women are losing their mind because the attention is disappearing. The game has changed. Comment if this speaks to you. Share to remind someone. Follow Claudia Funeral Truth for more truth people are afraid to say.
Now, the emotional outbursts, the guilt trips, the silent treatment, the comparisons to other men, and the threats are all not working. We see them coming from a distance, and we don't need anything from them.
Yeah, the shaming tactics, the TikTok videos shaming men. I don't need no man being disrespectful. I mean, there's a few videos circulating out there that you even have modern women saying they hate men. And to me, hate is such a disrespectful word. How can you hate someone? Because you can't use that person. You can't manipulate that person. You can't get over on that person. The same game that you trying to play on that person has played it on you. And you didn't like the fact that that person called you on your bullshit. No, in my opinion, any woman that says she hates men, she really has something going on up here. Daddy issues. I mean, something's mentally wrong with you. And why should a man take you seriously in a relationship? Especially when you behave that way. Man, again, shout out to all the men out there across the globe. I don't care if you're Middle Eastern or you on the other side of the globe, this side of the globe. Shout out to all the men thriving, all the men keeping their peace, all of the men knowing self-worth. All of the men that are doing the work on themselves so that a better version of themselves can be seen by many. Let's go, men. Let's go.
And the solution for most men is this: get jacked, make money, develop, or find purpose. Because any dude who is investing time, energy, and effort in getting lean and jacked, I've never seen them get more depressed, get more anxious, get more stressed. You show me anyone who starts investing in their health and fitness, and I will show you degrees and margins of improvement in their life.
We now prefer to read books, join communities, go to the gym, attend retreats, and have conversations about our health, purpose, and our standards.
The strongest man you'll ever meet isn't the one who never breaks. He's the one who rebuilt himself in silence, without a parade, without permission, and without you. When a man heals alone, something shifts deep inside. He doesn't need you to believe in him anymore.
Yeah.
He doesn't need you to validate his pain or celebrate his progress. That self-trust can't be taught. That's forged in isolation. And here's what nobody tells you about that. When he's done rebuilding, he stops chasing.
Yeah.
He stops explaining himself. He stops tolerating disrespect disguised as personality or boundaries that conveniently change when they don't serve you anymore. That's not cold. That's not him being damaged. That's clarity. That's what happens when a man stops looking for completion outside himself and finds it within. You can call him emotionally unavailable all you want, honey, but what you're really seeing is a man who outgrew the need for your approval because he learned to give it to himself first. If you are truly that woman who can meet a man like that with softness instead of competition, with respect instead of tests, I salute you. He's
Okay. Yeah. She's spitting fire. Spitting fire. And what we're also seeing too, and shout out to the women of good character, shout out to women of good value, because the women of good value are holding modern women accountable. And modern women don't like it one bit. Women of good value are saying, We know what men are going through. We're seeing it. It's not right. It's not fair. How dare you? So therefore, we're going to continue to say the quiet thing out loud. Men aren't women bashing. Men aren't bullying women online. Men are stating their truth, and their voices aren't being heard. So guess what? Women of good value, women of good character, are supporting good men, stepping up and speaking out on behalf of. And y'all don't like it. I don't give a fuck what you don't like. It's going to be what it's going to be. It's going to go how it's going to go. And there ain't nothing that you can do to stop it. All right?
Watching for you.
Yeah.
And when he finds you, you're going to understand exactly why he protected his peace so fiercely.
We don't need a relationship, so we cannot be controlled by withholding one. We are building a full, satisfying life on our own terms in isolation. We have chosen peace that cannot be destabilized through drama.
Men are finally waking up. They are starting to see that being loyal, giving, and doing everything right does not mean that you will be appreciated. Too many good men have been bruised by women that only saw them as a wallet, a handyman, or an emotional punching bag. Those same men are now choosing themselves. They are choosing peace as well over pressure of the world that they have.
She gets it. She understands. This is a woman of good character. This is a woman of good value. Everything that she's saying, she is spot on.
To be a husband and a father. They're literally protecting their hearts. And that's not because they don't love women. They are tired of being drained by the wrong women. If women do not see that y'all are paying attention to exactly who some of us are, and some of us are just not for the right thing. They are falling to societal pressures, their little circle that's around them, their mothers, their aunties, their sisters, their friends. They want them to be the leaders in the relationship. And that's just not how it works in this world. What we say doesn't go all the time. When you're in a relationship, you have to work together as two, not as one that is being put on this pedestal that they have to get everything done for them and men have to do what women are saying. It does not work like that. It pretty doesn't work anymore. It's not about what we look like. It's about how we treat men and how they feel. And when the man knows his worth, he not going to stay for no drama. The new standards are for women is that you have to bring peace. You have to pour back into him. It's about a woman that understands that love isn't about taking. It's about building with that man and not trying to build on him. I truly believe that the era of good men is not ended, but good men have woken up and they understand their worth.
For women,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
they are pretty much useless to us now. The power of being pursued and being the one who decides is gone. The power that comes from knowing that we are looking out for them is no more. That is not a threat to them. It is a standard. That's where we will end the video today. Remember.
Well, what y'all think? Leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Let y'all soul speak. About to play this bonus video. This is from my brother, I Am. Listen, he has some things to say. I have some things to say. Grab a shoulder pads and helmet and peep this out.
Hi, you guys. Bless up. What's up? So, today, I want to share with you guys something very interesting. Well, I find it very interesting. That's been going on lately. Not just on YouTube, but across all social medias. And the Spirit put it on my heart to share with you guys this message. If you are a chosen one, and you know who you are and whose you are in this season, disregard this message. Now, to all you guys out there, hashtagging chosen ones, putting it in your titles, putting it in your descriptions, and have no scripture or no testimony with your audience demonstrating what a chosen one is, please cut it. Get that. That shit is out. We do not use the term chosen ones for clout. It's a heavy, heavy burden for those who are really chosen and called according to his purpose. We had to endure hardship, pain, suffering, just like Yeshua did. He told us this in the scripture. We don't use the term chosen ones for clout or for our benefit.
Oftentimes, individuals will use words and phrases that fit their own narratives, whether if the narratives are true or false. Oftentimes, individuals don't know what they're saying. They just saying something that the last person done said. We call that copy and paste conversation, because an individual does not have a backbone to support whatever topic that they're talking about. Now, you're spot on. You're spot on. I want to see where the rest of this takes us. Let's continue to feast.
It's more so we can identify who's being aware of their situation and their mission and their purpose, and to wake those who are chosen, who are really chosen, up and to elevate in their consciousness so they can fulfill their mission, why they were sent here, why they were created in the first place. If that resonates with you and it's the words I'm using are convicting you, they're coming out of a place of love. Because when you play around with God's name and the message that he's given to us, it's a thin line. Don't let your mouth buy things your ass can't afford. The disciple Paul, he used to persecute Christians in the early forming of the church. Like the show Better Call Saul, anybody confessing Christ as their Lord and Savior, we're getting X'd out, unalived. It's a very serious matter. Those lives weren't given in vain in the name of the Lord. They weren't given in vain. They were chosen ones. They were the first chosen ones. He who has ears, let him hear. And when they heard, and those who were fortunate enough to see and be healed or touched by God himself, they died. Whatever their life was up until that point, they didn't start living until they accepted God in their lives. That's when they began to thrive and live.
When you begin to open yourself up, when you begin to release things so that you can have increase, I can see room for that. When you no longer hold on to things and you begin to let things go, you begin to drain yourself, empty yourself, detox yourself. and you begin to put trust and have faith in the Most High, I can see room for that of what this king just said. Let's continue to feast.
So the term chosen ones is not something to just be used for your benefit. You want to get monetized and you want people to watch your channel. Don't do that. And if there's one or a few who see what the majority is missing, chances are that's what God has called us to do. That's what God had called them to do. That's what Most High has planned. That's why he said, he who has ears, let him hear. And we walk by faith, not by sight. So you may be seeing people doing things that look suspicious to you, out of the ordinary. Just, you would write them off as delusional or crazy. We have few of those people in our society, and they happen to do the greatest things for humanity, progressing us forward in technology, knowledge.
Because it's the oddball person that Elohim chooses. The least unfortunate that he chooses to become greater, to place him in position to thrive. Oftentimes, Elohim will use a person that has been abused, been outcast, neglected, abandoned. Elohim will use individuals like them to do the greatest things. And it's those types of individuals that have become the greatest creators, inventors of things. See how that works?
Knowledge, health, research, development, growth, change. Change is the only constant element. We're forever evolving. And in order for us to evolve, we have to question what is and what was. That opens the possibilities, activates the pineal gland, where we use our right hand. If you caught that last video, make sure you check that out. It activates our right hand, our creativity, our imagination. That's what presses us forward, not accepting the status quo. Excuse me.
I take it that coffee is good. Watching your facial micros and your body language must have been some good coffee. Let's continue.
Chosen ones, we are not of the world. So we're not supposed to like what everybody else likes. We're not supposed to do what everybody else does, says what everybody else says.
You're not supposed to, but they do. And also, that's why Yeshua said, those that did not sell their soul and partake of this world, y'all gonna sit back and see the punishments that I'm gonna hand out on those that do. And in 2026, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing punishments getting handed out left and right. It don't care who you are, man or woman.
I would like to say call to a higher purpose, but for all intents and purposes, because I'm pretty sure I offended some people already listening to this. And again, what I'm saying is from the heart. It's out of love. You have to be built different in order to be a chosen one. It takes a lot of resolve, perseverance, discipline, an open mind, an open heart. You have to be able to see what isn't there and listen to silence.
And that's the hardest thing for a large number of individuals to do. Listen in silence. Meditate. Because when you are alone, that's when Elohim speaks to you. Speaks to your soul, speaks to your heart, speaks to your mind. You don't have no interference. You don't have nothing getting in the way of what he's trying to tell you. See, when you sit back and you listen and you bridle your tongue and you stop and you open up yourself to him, then you can listen and hear what he's trying to tell you. He's been trying to get your attention all along through various things and ways. But sometimes we get so caught up in the world that we're not listening. Sometimes we looking everywhere else instead of looking what's in front of us, or look where we need to look.
Yeah, I said that. I didn't stutter. You have to be able to listen to silence. My chosen ones, I know that resonates with you. I know you understand. Every single sound is just a vibration. My voice right now is just a vibration. But the silence, which has always existed before even sound was, before God said, "Let there be light," the silence was always there. Just like Most High was, just like his word, just like Yeshua, just like his plan, just like you were. You were called already before you even had your umbilical cord cut. You, Romans 8:28. This is the New International Version. The word of the Lord. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. The word of the Lord. So that faith is built upon the knowledge of knowing God is in us, God is us, we're with God. There's no reason to fear, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind.
But where the problem comes in is a larger number of individuals have left him. He has never left us. But individuals have left him. That right there puts an individual in position for problems. Problems on top of problems. But if you rest in Yeshua, he will be your light. He will lead you. He will protect you. Because now what you've done is you put your faith and your trust in the Most High, of which you can't see, but you can feel and hear him.
So any situation, any struggle or hardship or obstacle before you, you know that you shall have the victory. For Yeshua has overcome the victory of death and paid the penalty of all sins forever eternity. So you know you're good, you're money. It's a celebration every day. You don't have to wait for your birthday or your anniversary. It's a celebration every day. Thank you, Most High.
And it's also a celebration to sip that coffee. I want to know what's in that coffee because it tastes so good. It looked like it tastes good. But hey.
For those who love God, if you don't love yourself, it's impossible for you to love God. Especially the programming you already received up until this point and age in your life. Believing or thinking that God lives in the sky somewhere, or only in that building that your parents used to take you to every Sunday back in the day. Or the fair-skinned, blue-eyed, blonde-haired European ethnicity descendant that you see depicted in movies and shows.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct.
And that's when individuals get sidetracked, conditioned. Because if they would have read the Torah, or some say Bible, they would have known that everything my brother said in the description was false, that he was black. But there's things that most don't want to share, or when they do share, they get punished for speaking truth. But wait a minute, the Torah, the Bible is truth. So why should I get punished or get in trouble for sharing what has truthfully been written that everybody reads, or have conversations that everybody has? And like I say, it's not about religion, it's about relationship. There's no disrespect to one's religion. No disrespect. But what I'm saying is, you have individuals that walk in truth, that has discovered the truth and discovered what truly is, and that has came out of her, meaning come out of tradition, come out of the very things that you were taught. Because those things never worked. Once the truth was presented to you, it's just like you've been eating saltine crackers all your damn life. But as soon as you got a taste of some Ritz or some Townhouse cookies, crackers, it piqued your interest. It tastes nothing like saltine crackers. You loved it. You wanted more. And that's what you went for. You went for the Toll House crackers. You went for the Ritz crackers because you liked the way that it tastes. It was different. It was new. And it was something that you just wanted more of. You got tired of them damn saltine crackers. There it is. Connect the dots. You'll understand what I just said.
That's not who God is. Every day you look in the mirror, that's God before you.
And who will be after you?
Right there. If you don't love that person in the mirror, there's no possible way for you to love God.
You gotta
because
look at
He
yourself.
lives in you.
Self-examination.
And then it says, for those called according to His purpose.
He know who He called. That's why you're going through what you're going through. It's character building. It's character building. He knows. That's why he called you. That's why you're going through what you're going through. Because at the end of the day, he's going to use you. Elohim said, I'm going to put you in the best position so that you can tell many what I did for you, how I saved you, how I brought you through those dark times, those dark hours. When you was lying on your deathbed, I was there. When you was sick, I was there. When you was getting persecuted, I was there. When you lost your job, I was there. When you lost your marriage, I was there. When that disease or that thing that could have taken you out, I was there. Tell people about me so that they will change their lives, so they will change the way that they think, so that they would have a different perspective and know who I am. I am the one who sent you. You better act like you know.
What's the definition of purpose? What does it mean? Let me save you guys. The reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. I don't know if that's Oxford or Merriam-Webster. That's the first one that popped up. The reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. Well, for all intents and purposes, it doesn't need the or right there. The reason for which something is done, created, and exists. That's us. He's created us for his purpose, to exist. And to do right. Create change, growth, manifestation, abundance, loyalty, honor, respect, love, compassion, charity, philanthropy, tranquility, charity. Did I say that one already? Well, I'll say it again because it's most important. Charity. Giving is living. I'm giving you my energy right now. I'm giving you my time, my most precious resource, my time and energy. You guys give it without a second thought for your jobs. You give it away freely to TikTok. You give it away to people every day who don't care about you, who don't have the best intentions for you. You give it away when you're sitting in traffic, especially if they cut you off. You even give them more energy away.
I agree. Time is something you can't get back. And that's why I tell people I don't waste time, I use time. Got to use time. Got to use wisdom. Take us home, King.
You're squandering your essence. Find your purpose. Know who you are in this season.
With that being said, we out. Go on ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's your boy Big Truck. Stay tuned for the next show. 1.